My name's Alicia Isaacs. I'm co-chair of the California Latino Capital Association, and this is Ronald Verdugo. He's my other co-chair. CLCA is an association made up of staffers, lobbyists, and advocates. Like CLYLP, we are continuing to mentoring California's future leaders and are happy to continue our long-standing partnership with CLYLP. I'd like to recognize Diana Coronado, our membership coordinator, for organizing this day over the last few months. Please give her a warm welcome. As I look around, I'm inspired to be surrounded by California's future leaders. We are joined by volunteers and legislators from around the state who are here for one common goal: to mentor and inspire California's future leaders. We are excited to welcome CLYLP to the state capitol and to be part of preparing California's future leaders for success. Who are you?
California's future leaders!
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you to the California Latino Capital Association for their work in supporting CLYLP. The staff making up CLCA, as well as the Latino Legislative Caucus, have played key roles to making today a success. So we thank you on behalf of CLYLP. Before I begin my remarks, I would like to introduce to you the Chicano Latino Youth Leadership Project Class of 2014. CLYLP is a statewide, all-volunteer, community-based organization founded in 1982, whose mission is to prepare students to participate in California's economic, social, and political development. CLYLP is guided on the overall theme of California's future leaders, and our programs emphasize the importance of culture, community, college, and career. CLYLP envisions a future in which California and all of its communities prosper as a result of a new generation of leadership. Is that right?
Yes!
CLYLP is the only statewide Latino youth program in California, and we take pride in that. For 32 years, the Chicano Latino Youth Leadership Project has brought high school students from throughout the state of California to participate in the Sacramento Leadership Conference, a week-long intensive leadership training program. Participants are housed on a college campus and attend workshops and seminars that enhance their leadership skills, academic preparedness, self-awareness, cultural awareness, and provide an understanding of state and local issues. And they can sure make some noise. Throughout the week, students hear from professionals from across the state on various topics that provide useful information in an effort to prepare these young people to assume leadership roles from across the state and country. Make no mistake about it, these young people are preparing to lead the state of California. Simply ask them, who are you?
California's future leaders!
Among several highlights this week, the students will be here at the state capitol today and will participate in mock legislative hearings and will actually be on the assembly floor. And that's why we're here today. But we are also here today to show the world that the future of California is bright, as we prepare these young people to be California's future leaders. The CLYLP receives major support from the University of California system, the California State University system, and the Latino Legislative Caucus, as well as over 50 private foundations and organizations. Over 4,400 California high school students have participated in our programs, and over 90% of them go on to four-year institutions. That's a number we're also very proud of. Alumni go on to become successful leaders in both the public and private sector. In addition to our Sacramento Leadership Program, we run 3 regional institutes: the San Joaquin Valley Institute, which just celebrated its 15th anniversary, the Los Angeles Institute, and this year we hosted our inaugural Bay Area Institute. CLYLP is founded on its motto, which combines community-based leadership, volunteer activism, and partnership. I would now like for you to hear directly from California's future leaders. Please give a warm CLYP welcome to one of our participants, Melissa Sanchez, who's a senior at Robert Kennedy High School in Delano, California.
Yo soy Chicana. I am American. I learned this during my time at CLYP. I learned that I didn't have to be these two different people that society had thought me to be. I could be bicultural and not be afraid of what others had to say. My name is Melissa Sanchez, and I live in the Central Valley in Delano, California. Growing up in this agricultural town, I would see great injustices done to these field workers and immigrants that lived and worked there. I wanted to find a way to help them. That was when I realized that I wanted to become a lawyer. I wanted to be their voice. I wanted change, and using the law is a great way to do so. Education is the best equalizer, as one of my teachers once told me. This motivated me to strive for success and continue my education. My parents, too, played a key role in motivating me to get an education. My parents are from Mexico, who came to this country to get their children the best education possible. My ultimate aspiration is to one day become the first female Mexican Supreme Court Justice. CLYP inspired me to be proud and embrace the person I am, to accept and respect differences. Secretary Ana Caballero came to speak to us earlier this week. I was moved by what she said, and I can relate to her desire to help those whose voices can't be heard. This whole experience has been life-changing, and I thank all those who make this program possible. Thank you.
Give a warm CLYP welcome to Tom Torlickson.
Thank you. Wow. Thank you. Wow, what an awesome team here, El Equipo Fuerte. You are a strong, strong, strong team, and your energy is high. And your energy is high, and your voice is high, and your voice will be heard. So I am delighted to be here, honored to be invited to join you, because you are the future. Somos el futuro, right? You're it. And I can't beat the great speaker, Melissa Sanchez. She did a fine job, an excellent job. Easily a lawyer, and I can see you on the Supreme Court. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. And I know we have another leader, I think, who's going to say a few words along the way, but I wanted to say that I had a pleasure meeting Gerald Orellana Bonilla. And there is a Bonilla assemblywoman in the legislature with the last name Bonilla. So I think you may set a goal to be a legislator here and follow in the footsteps of the first Bonilla. She's very pro-education. So again, let's hear it for your other leader here, Gerald. So again, it is 32 years, proud years of opportunity, proud years of hope, hope realized, and the skills you develop, the camaraderie you develop, the teamwork is very, very critical for your futures and your ability to make an impact on your communities and improve them, as Melissa was saying your goal is. I had an experience when I was in high school of being part of youth in government. So I was a city councilman for a week, and I role-played, and we did mock city council meetings. I know you're going to do some role-playing of what it's like to be a leader. And one of the things you come away from a great program like this, and the one that I was in high school, is you begin to believe, you have the confidence, you can do it. I can do this. I can be a leader. Those guys up there with, you know, a little bit older looking, I can do it, and I can bring youthful energy and perspective to the debate. And so I want to say congratulations again to the Chicano Latino Youth Leadership Project. What you're doing here is critically important for the state of California. We have legislators here. Roger Dickinson's going to speak in a minute. Senator Richard Lara. They helped me, and they helped work with the governor to get new money into education. So we're doing everything we can. I oversee 10,000 schools. 7 million students in California. I've had the privilege of being at Rancho Cotati, where Gerald has been, Gerald has been, where I've also been to Delano. And so we want to see the investment in our schools continue. The legislature put more money to help students from poverty and more money to help students with English learning backgrounds. And we consider that an opportunity. So we're investing money in the future and in our students. We need to hear the student voice as we set priorities in each school district across the state of California. These are real-world skills that you'll use every day as you move forward. The other thing we're doing is investing in career education, and we have to thank the legislature again and the governor. I've been pushing hard to see that we have more money for career pathways. So we see that that's a doorway to understanding who you want to be and the steps to get to your career goals. And so again, I just say, have a great leadership experience. I'm proud of you, and I want to say this: who are you?
California's future leaders!
You are the leaders. Thank you.
It's okay. Hi, I'm Gerald Bonilla. I'm from a small town called Runner Park in Sonoma County. All throughout my life, I've been told stories by my mother and my grandmother of how they struggled in El Salvador. How my grandmother had to leave school in the 3rd grade to help support her family. How my mother wanted nothing more than to pursue her education and become a nurse, but couldn't because of being poor and living in an underprivileged country. Worst of all, how my mother finally made it to a university in El Salvador after 4 long years of working in the fields to pay for her high school and school supplies and having to drop out because she couldn't afford to pay tuition and help my grandmother out at the same time. Hearing these stories inspired me to take the opportunities that I have been blessed with and appreciate them. To use the power of education to accomplish my dreams and give my family what they deserve. CLYLP has contributed to these aspirations of mine and also has inspired me. Hearing about the 1968 East LA walkouts inspired me to fight for what's right. Hearing author Alex Espinoza motivated me to never allow adversity to define who I am. If it wasn't for programs like these and people who fight for Chicano Latino rights, I wouldn't have the opportunities that I have now. I wouldn't be able to pursue my dreams and do what my family couldn't do. I wouldn't be able to make the most important person in my life, my mother, proud. Because even though my family has faced so much hardship, I will overcome it and I will accomplish my dreams. Thank you.
Next up, I want to welcome to the podium someone that joined us on campus last night and spent some time with the students answering questions. He's been a longtime supporter of the organization and currently is a state senator and chair of the California Latino Legislative Caucus, who is a critical partner of CLYLP in ensuring we get the financial resources able to make this happen here in Sacramento. So let me bring up Senator Ricardo Lara.
Good morning. It's great to be here. It's such an awesome day to welcome you to Capitol Day for CLYLP. As a former staffer that used to organize Capitol Day for CLYLP, I'm especially proud to welcome you to your state capitol. You know, we're in a unique place here in California where over 50% of the kids in our public schools are Latino. Unfortunately, they continue to struggle with either being DREAM Act students, being English language learners. And so today, your participation in the state capitol is very important because we need to send a message that we still need to fight to ensure that every child in California has an opportunity to succeed. And you behind me are the future of this beautiful state. Without you, we cannot survive. It behooves all of us in the state legislature to ensure that the kids behind us today and the kids in our public schools today succeed. If we want that Social Security check, if you want to ensure that we continue to be the 8th largest economy in the world, the future is bright with these students behind us. And so I'm proud to be here. I am proud to stand on behalf of the entire California Latino Legislative Caucus that we proudly have supported CLYLP for over 30 years. I'm proud to say that we're going to continue to support it for 30, 40, 60 more years. As long as the California Latino Caucus is alive and well in Sacramento, we're going to ensure that CLYLP is the same. Thank you so much.
Who are you?
California's future leader!
Who are you?
California's future leader!
Let me now welcome Assemblymember Roger Dickerson, who's been a longtime supporter, local Assemblymember here. He spoke to us last year. I want to bring him back up. He's been a supporter here, and his staff has been amazing to work with. And please welcome the Assemblymember.
Good morning. Who are you? As the member of the State Assembly who has the privilege of having the state capitol in his district and representing Sacramento, I get the pleasure of welcoming all of you right here to the state capitol. And one thing, when you leave here, I want you to take with you, if you take nothing else, one thing. Remember this. This building belongs to you. Yeah. This building belongs to you. This building belongs uniquely to the people of the state of California. There are those of us who are lucky enough to occupy it for some period of time and have a role in making decisions for our fellow Californians, but fundamentally and ultimately, the state capitol is the place where the people of California come to make sure that our laws are just and fair, to make sure that we act in a way that extends the benefits and privileges of citizenship and participation in our communities to all Californians, And that's why your future leadership is so critical to ensuring that for generations of Californians yet to come. You only have to look at the day's headlines or turn on the news to see the kinds of issues that are critical not just today but will be for years to come, and why it is so important that these young people are here to get a sense of what it's like to occupy the positions of leadership and decision-making. That's why it's so important that they're here at California State Capitol. They will be making the decisions that ensure that all have a quality education in California, what our Superintendent of Public Instruction, Tom Torlakson, has been fighting for his entire career. And we need to keep him in that position for the next 4 years as well.
Well, yesterday I had the opportunity to speak to the students, and I just wanted to share with you a little of what I shared with them yesterday. 33 years ago, a group of Chicano staffers and lobbyists and members of the legislature were concerned about the condition of education in the Latino community. And so we decided to get a group together and organize this program so that we would address the lack of counseling in our high schools. So we address the issues related to student success in college, so that we would give voice to the students who knew that they had the capability but had not had the opportunity. And so today, 32 years ago, when the Chicano Youth Leadership began, we've seen now thousands of students who have had that opportunity to get the skills and the training they need to go back into their high schools, to help organize other students, to give voice to their futures by getting an education, by graduating from college, and becoming California's future leaders.